In a story published on Tuesday, the New York Times, former President Donald Trump once again was quoted as praising Nazis, specifically Nazi generals, as well as Adolf Hitler. Now, this happened when he was apparently complaining about disloyal American generals, not disloyal to the United States, mind you. Oh, no, 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 no. He meant disloyal to him, which is what would be a military dictatorship, not a democracy, because once again, the generals, military is supposed to be loyal to the country and the ideals this country founded on freedom, democracy, liberty, things like that. Um, Not to one specific man. Okay. And it's not talking about the president either, just him. So let's be very clear. Now, the Atlantic reported on that story as well. And now John Kelly, Trump's former chief of staff, went officially on the record with Jeffrey Goldberg and confirmed that Trump had once told him that he wished that he and other generals would act more like, quote, German generals, to which he later clarified that he meant specifically Adolf Hitler's generals. Now, Goldberg explained that the comments were first reported by Peter Baker and Susan Glasser in their book, The Divider, Trump and the White House. In the book, the reporting couple writes that while Trump was in office, he would ask Kelly, why can't you be like the German generals? Now, there's, of course, some irony about that, right? The German generals, specifically in the time of the Nazi regime, actually tried to assassinate Adolf Hitler not just once, but like 3 times, okay? 3 times. So now Kelly tried to explain that to Donald Trump. And of course, afterwards, Trump's like, bullshit. No, no, they were totally loyal to him. No, no, they weren't. But he's like, oh, yeah, totally loyal. Really? What about Erwin Rommel, who was forced to commit suicide after taking part in one of the plots against Hitler? Just saying. Rommel, known as Desert Fox, okay? Very famous German general, led a big campaign across Africa, but didn't really like the direction that the Nazi regime was going, even though he was a Nazi. So took part in a plot to try to kill Hitler. Failed. Now, Kelly told Trump about that example, about Rommel, and he was like, who's that? I don't know who that is. It doesn't ring a bell. Was he like a coffee guy? Kelly told Goldberg that Trump was just not acquainted with Rommel in that story. So, yeah, of course not. Because of that would involve, knowing things and reading things if you don't actually know them. I mean, how else do you learn? Read, watch, show some sort of intellectual curiosity. But no, apparently his intellectual curiosity only extends to having a copy of Mein Kampf in his bedroom, okay? Perhaps Kelly should have truncated that conversation in tweet-length segments with his, name peppered into it. Maybe that would have helped. It's the only way that the baby has been known to pay attention. And of course, even if he does pay attention, that doesn't mean he'll actually believe you over his own preconceived notions. No. And by the way, it probably still wouldn't stop him from, liking Hitler and the Nazi regime. Now, CNN reporter Jim Sudo, he wrote a book, The Return of Great Powers. Kelly had told him that Trump had praised Hitler, saying, quote, but he did some good things. I said, well, what? Well, he rebuilt the economy. But what did he do with that rebuilt economy? He turned it against his own people and against the world. That's what John Kelly had told him. And he said, sir, you can never say anything good about the guy. Nothing. Now, of course, that never stopped Trump. Didn't stop Kanye from saying things, or Ye. Didn't stop Mark Robinson from saying, I'm a black Nazi. Didn't stop any of those folks from thinking, that guy, he was onto something. Onto something. Yeah, you know what he was onto? Authoritarian fascism, which apparently is what many in the far right want. Yes, I know the party of freedom, liberty, and individualism, whatever, wanting a authoritarian dictatorship, fascist, military, junta, whatever, running the country, as long as it's right wing. Apparently. Now you might be or might be saying, okay, you're always making fun of Donald Trump, though. You're always calling him a moron, an idiot, a dumb person, someone who's really, really stupid. Okay, and I know I keep going. I could keep going with that too. What? How could you, say all that stuff and think that he's so dumb while also calling him a dangerous fascist? How can he be both at the same time? That's really easy. Those two things, they go hand in hand. Fascists aren't very bright. That's why they always end up resorting to violence, and that's also why they lose. Okay. Now, of course, these fascists, they never do the violence personally. They always end up relying on other people to do it in their stead. And they do so by using charisma and, of course, lies. Okay. Now, one thing that Donald Trump possesses is a little bit of charisma. He has that ability, believe it or not. Okay. And so he has that. And, of course, the ability to just unabashedly lie to your face without a problem. Do it with a smile. I know, because he's been doing it for as long as he's been on the world stage, national stage, before being in politics. All right. And so he has that ability to be charismatic and inspire people not to be great. He doesn't inspire people to be great. No, he actually inspires people to become the worst versions of themselves. The most hateful, the most racist, the most xenophobic, and the most convinced that it is they that are the real patriots. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.